Quincy Wilson just got beaten by a high schooler nobody saw coming. Wilson is an Olympic gold medalist, faster than almost every teenager alive. Jayden DeLeon still beat him in the 400 meters. Now both line up again in the 400 at the World U20 Championships, and only one walks away as America's best young quarter-miler. Quincy Wilson was supposed to be untouchable 2 years ago. He became the youngest male track athlete to ever make a United States Olympic team. He was only 16 years old. While most kids his age were worrying about homework and driving tests, Wilson was running a leg on America's 4x400 relay team at the Olympics. He walked away from Paris with a gold medal around his neck. That single moment made him a household name in track and field, and it put a target on his back for every young sprinter in the country. Since then, he has only gotten faster. Wilson owns a personal best of 44.10 seconds in the 400 meters. That time makes him one of the fastest high schoolers to ever step on a track. He has broken 45 seconds more times than almost any junior athlete in American history. For 2 straight years, every major race came down to one question: could anyone actually beat Quincy Wilson? The answer was almost always no. He won national titles. He set age group records. He turned every big meet into a showcase for just how far ahead of his competition he really was. Then came Jayden DeLeon. DeLeon is a senior from Maryland, the same state Wilson calls home. He is signed to run track at LSU next year, one of the top programs in the entire country. Heading into the United States Junior Championships, most people expected DeLeon to be a solid runner in the field, not a real threat to Wilson. Wilson had already posted the fastest qualifying time out of everyone entered in the event. He looked ready to cruise through the final and grab another national title, just like always. The final did not go that way. DeLeon exploded off the final turn and ran the race of his life. He crossed the finish line in 44.52 seconds. That single result shattered his previous personal best by almost a full second, an enormous jump for any sprinter at this level. It also made him the second fastest high schooler in American history, behind only one runner. That runner was Quincy Wilson. Wilson crossed the line in 44.84 seconds. That time is fast by almost any standard in the world. In fact, no American 400-meter Olympic medalist has ever run that fast as a high school senior. It still was not fast enough to win. For the first time in 2 years, Quincy Wilson lost a race that actually mattered. People noticed right away. Fans who follow junior track closely started asking a question nobody expected to be asking this season. Is Quincy Wilson still the best high school 400-meter runner in the country? Or did that title just change hands on a random afternoon in Oregon? Here is what makes this rivalry so interesting. It is not really about just one race. Wilson has a pattern that shows up every single year. Look back at his last 2 seasons. He ran his fastest race in 2024 in the middle of July. He ran his fastest race in 2025 in the middle of July as well. His body seems built to peak later in the summer, right when championship season gets serious. The race where DeLeon beat him happened earlier in the season than Wilson has ever broken 45 seconds before. That means there is a real argument that Wilson was not even at his best yet, and DeLeon still barely got past him. That argument only goes so far, though. DeLeon did not get lucky out there. He ran the second fastest time by a high schooler in the history of the sport. That is not a fluke result. That is a statement, and it forced everyone in the sport to take him seriously. Both runners qualified for Team USA after that race. Both are now heading into the World Athletics U20 Championships. And this meet is happening at Hayward Field in Eugene, Oregon, the exact same track where DeLeon pulled off his upset. This is the biggest junior track and field meet on the entire planet. More than 1,800 athletes from over 100 countries are competing across 5 days of events, all chasing medals in front of one of the most passionate track crowds in the world. The men's 400 meters at this meet is stacked from top to bottom. This is not just a 2-man race between Wilson and DeLeon. 4 different runners in this field have already broken 45 seconds this year, which shows just how deep and fast this event has become. Suleiman Abdulrahman from the United Arab Emirates ran 44.84, the exact same time as Wilson. He became the first man in Asian Junior Championship history to break 45 seconds, a massive breakthrough for his region. Malachi Austin from Guyana holds the South American junior record in this event and has been running well all season. This field is loaded from lane 1 to lane 8, and anyone who slips up early in the heats could be out of medal contention fast. The 400-meter heats open up the competition, and the final comes later in the week. It is already shaping up to be one of the most watched races of the entire championship, with fans on both sides of the Wilson and DeLeon rivalry expecting fireworks. So what is actually on the line here? For Wilson, this race is about answering the question everyone suddenly started asking. Is he still the top junior prospect in this event in the entire country? Or did DeLeon already take that spot from him? A win here puts that question to rest for good. A loss on a stage this big would be hard to shake off heading into his college career, especially with so many eyes watching this specific rematch. For DeLeon, the pressure works completely differently. He already has nothing to lose. He is the guy who pulled off the upset that nobody predicted. Now he has to prove that his breakout race was not just a one-time thing. Beating Wilson once could be written off as an outlier. Beating him again on the world stage would mean something much bigger. It would mean the entire balance of power in American junior track has actually shifted for good. Wilson's fastest time ever, 44.10 seconds, is still faster than DeLeon's personal best. If Wilson finds that gear again on the biggest stage of his junior career, this race could look completely different from their last meeting. Championship pressure changes athletes in ways that are hard to predict. Some runners rise to the moment and find another level nobody knew they had. Others tighten up under the weight of expectation and never find their rhythm. Wilson and DeLeon are both from Maryland. One single state is producing the two fastest young quarter-milers in the entire country, and it has turned Maryland into one of the most talked about states in American track and field. People who follow track closely are already calling this one of the most compelling rivalries in junior athletics right now. It is not because of trash talk or drama off the track. It is simply because of what happens when two genuinely great athletes keep pushing each other to run faster every single time they line up together. That kind of pressure tends to bring out performances nobody saw coming. That is usually how the greatest rivalries in any sport get built. Two competitors who keep meeting each other, and every time they do, the stakes get higher than the last. Wilson brings the resume, the Olympic gold medal, the faster personal best time, 2 full years of dominance over every junior runner in the country. DeLeon brings the momentum, the statement win at Hayward Field, the proof that he truly belongs in this conversation with Wilson, not just as a challenger, but as an equal. Only one version of this story ends in a gold medal at these championships. And after everything these two have already put on the track this year, nobody watching is willing to guess how this one actually ends.